Hi everyone, this is Chris here from the UK. I just want to make a short video and basically discuss some of the differences, the pros and cons of the Amazon Dot or Echo compared to the Google Home device. It's the 2nd of March 2017, so fairly recent. I'll go over just 4 things that I've noticed with living with both of these devices. I'll just briefly discuss the sort of wake-up commands, talk about lack of voice recognition in one of the devices, talk briefly about the home automation, and then sort of finally talk about the sort of search engine criteria and some gripes that people have had about the search engine. First of all, the sort of the voice recognition piece. I noticed something last night that I'm going to stand now and do a demo and just show you how the difference between the Amazon Dot and Echo and the Google Home's voice recognition facility, if you like, or capability. With a very simple test. It's a bit of a joke test, but this will prove it to you. If I say, hey Google, what is man flu?
Man flu, a cold or similar minor ailment is experienced by a man who is regarded as exaggerating the severity of the symptoms.
Okay, there's Google Home, first time clearly describing what man flu is. Now I'm going to say the same thing to the Amazon with the same intonation. If I say, Alexa, what is man flu?
I can't find the answer to the question I heard.
Okay, same intonation, she can't find the answer. And it's not because she can't find the answer, she actually doesn't understand the way it's being said. So I'll try again. Alexa, what is man flu?
I can't find the answer to the question I heard.
Okay, we'll try Google again. Hey Google, what is man flu?
Man flu, a cold or similar minor ailment is experienced by a man who is regarded as exaggerating the severity of the symptoms.
So Alexa, 2 failed attempts. The Google Home device nails it straight away. Alexa,
not sure
stop.
What you meant.
So that's my second point. I'll come on to in a moment. Right, now I'll try again with the Alexa, but this time make a real clear intonation and she might get it. Alexa, what is man flu?
I can't find the answer to the question I heard.
Once more. Alexa, what is man flu?
Man flu is a pejorative phrase that refers to the idea that men, when they have a cold, exaggerate and claim they have the flu.
Now there you go, that took 4 attempts to get Alexa to actually understand that. And the only way to get it to understand is to really stress the intonation. There's apps on the app stores that can help you with this. If you go onto the Google Store or the iOS Store and type in Alexa app, first of all you'll find the Amazon app. Secondly, you'll find an app called Ask Alexa. And to cut a long story short, it looks like the Amazon app, but it's actually by a company called Red 2 Apps. If you download that, there's a version for the Amazon Alexa, and there's a version for the Google Home device. Obviously, for the Google Home, you've got to type in Google Home app, and they're both by Red 2 Apps. There's about 250, 300 different phrases and things you can say, and it helps to train your intonation in your voice, because as you've just seen, you know, the Echo and the Dot can be frustrating. So again, go on the stores, type Alexa app, and look for Red 2 Apps, download that, or for the Google Home. It's on both iOS and the Google Play Store, or for Google Home, just type in Google Home app and look at the app that's by Red 2 Apps. They're very, very good apps and they'll help you. So that's voice recognition. Now, the thing with living with these 2 devices, one thing I find incredibly frustrating is I can talk about the Google Home device and Google and Home. I can say all these things, and as you can see, the Google Home device is sitting there. But the second I say and start talking about the Alexa device, is Alexa will kick in, he says, normally. And the problem is, if you say, Alexa, now that's just one word. Now, you can say Google Home,
I'm not
Alexa,
sure what
stop.
you meant by that question.
Alexa, stop. So just talking in the room, you've got to be so careful that when you do say things like, and just mention Alexa, that she doesn't kick in. She's not kicked in, but she's good, she's behaving. But to wake up the Google device, you have to actually say, hey Google. It's 2 words, and I can't help thinking that Amazon have missed a trick here. And really, they should
I don't understand.
They should have coded in, hey Alexa, rather than just the word, because she kicks in too easy. And I've seen loads of videos of people shouting at the
I can't
Alexa,
find the answer
stop.
to the question I heard.
Alexa, stop. It is frustrating. So as I say, did Amazon miss a trick there? Third thing I wanted to just go over was search engine. Tons and tons of blogs and things being written by people about the 2 different search results when using both of these devices. It's quite simple. The Amazon device, the Dot and the Echo, they use Bing for their search engine, and the Google Home device uses Google. When I'm searching manually, I know which one I use. Again, personal preference, personal opinion. I know it's not about just searches, but you can get your Amazon Dot and Echo to use Google. Way too long to try and explain in a video here. If you look it up on the net, and you can get it to swap from using Bing, because Bing is nowhere near as good as Google. So again, personal opinion, personal preference, call it what you will. Now, final thing is automation. This is where the Amazon Dot and Echo shine through. There are way more automation products on the market for the Amazon Dot and Echo than there is for the Google Home device. For instance, I bought my Dot first and bought these TP-Link switches which control the lighting in my living room. So for instance, if I say, Alexa, turn lights off, and my lights go off. Alexa, turn lights on.
Okay.
Now, I've spent, 50, 60 quid on these TP-Link switches to make that work. The Wi-Fi switches that Alexa connects to over the Wi-Fi and turns the lights on and off. Google Home device is not compatible with TP-Link switches, which is annoying. And the sort of the products that the Google Home devices sort of link up with, yes, they work with Philips Hue light bulbs, with some central heating system controls, but excuse me, predominantly they really use things called smart things, which is a kind of fairly proprietary sort of product. And I can't help thinking that Google are going a little bit Apple-esque here, and sort of going down a route of a certain device. Will that change? I would think so. But right now, if you want home automation today, full automation, the Dot wins hands down, the Amazon Dot or Echo. Again, all of this is just complete personal opinion. There's no right answers, there's no wrong answers. Get a Google device if you want a Google device. Get an Amazon Dot or Echo if that's your bag. I just got both to test. One's ace for home automation, fantastic, and that's the Dot/Echo. Won't be beaten at the minute by Google. But for voice recognition, search engine compatibility, and not being interrupted in your house when you're doing things daily, the Google Home device has got that advantage. I can't help feeling with the Amazon Dot and Echo, if you've got 4 or 5 of them dotted around your house, unless Amazon change it to a 2-word wake-up command, they're going to drive you scatty, especially if it opens its address up with Alexa or something like that, because they're going to start talking to each other and you're just going to be running around the house telling them to stop. Having to say, hey Google, which wakes up the Google device, is a lot better than just accidentally saying Alexa and then the thing fires up, which is just one word.
I don't know how to help with that.
There you go. So anyway, only personal opinion.
Sorry,
Chris,
I didn't understand the question I heard.
Alexa, stop. There you go. She's butting it again. This is Chris, as I say, trying to be helpful there with the Amazon Dot Echo and the Google Home device. Check out Red 2 apps, some cracking apps for the devices. So thank you very much.